Hello, everyone. While I was connecting just a bit ago, sitting outside going through my whenever I wake up routine, I've been focusing on clearing some blockages. And while I was sitting there, one lonely ant came to hang out with me. So I thought I would get on here and share a bit about the symbolism of the ant. I do refer a lot to this book, the Animal Speak book, and I do believe I may have misspoke in a couple of other of my videos because I was told that this book was Native American, but when I went through, I've had the book for so long. It's an Animal Speak book by Ted Andrews, but I couldn't find anything that says that it's a Native American book, so I just wanted to clear that up. It's the Animal Speak book. I'm unclear if it's Native American or not. There's symbolism from all different kinds of sources within this book on the animal kingdom. I do have an animal communication practice where I utilize Reiki and my God-given psychic awareness that I have developed practically my whole life. I'm 43. And I use Reiki and my psychic awareness to help others do things such as locate lost pets. And I'm a bridge of communication between animals and humans. So I offer Reiki communication sessions with pets and their owners, or if the pet has moved on and is disembodied, I facilitate mediumship sessions between pet owner and their pets. Okay. So the energy today is weird, and I've been doing a lot of deep cleaning in my house. A lot of deep cleaning, like energy on every level, mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, or otherwise, as well as doing the same within my own energetic system. And I did just have COVID a couple weeks ago, and I'm still dealing with the lingering of that, and that causes a little bit of frustration for me. I'm not going to lie. I've been doing Reiki a lot on myself and really focusing as much as possible on self-healing. So when I went outside this morning to connect and do this clearing work that I started last night, there was this one ant, and it was hanging out with me on the towel that I was sitting on. And so if you're coming across this video, the ants have some messages for you. Their keynote symbolism is industriousness, order, and discipline. And that I was reading, there are many different kinds of ants. They are the builders. They symbolize building, community. So reviewing your current situation, and mine, of course, I'm always speaking to myself at the same time when I'm offering collective guidance. Because if you are ending up here with me, we are a part of a collective that is, I'm not saying everyone, there's always exceptions, there's always random people that end up, you know what I mean, use your discernment. But if you're understanding what I'm saying, then I have a message for you, or many messages for you, for Spirit to speak through me. So it talks about community and so review your life and community? Where is that something? I know for me, it's a constant struggle. Finding community, being a part of community, um, and but there's reasons behind all of those things also. So what is important is that you use your discernment. But what has also been going through my consciousness is where can I offer my energy in a community sense? That doesn't necessarily mean getting involved in the community in which I live in, or the city in which I live in. Because that is uncomfortable for me. But that's just me and where I'm at. I was on the outskirts of society for a very long time, deep in drug addiction for over 20 years, and went straight from that into solo motherhood. And so went straight into, and I'd been to rehabs probably 16 times. So it wasn't that I wasn't familiar with how to do things, but once you get off drugs, like you for real get off them, there is a lot of things that come behind it. It's a lot of healing. And then doing that at the same time as being alone with my son most of the time, or being overwhelmed with, neurodivergence. I don't process things the same way that normal people do. I have never been that way. Normal people life has never been something that I have been good at. I could make myself do it. I could force myself to do it for a period of time, but I was miserable, and I'm not going to force myself into misery. I can only do that for so long. And then it's like, okay, I have to take my power back, because I'm not meant to be doing what other people tell me I'm supposed to be doing. Either are you. You're meant to be doing what makes you happy. If you don't like working a regular job, which obviously you know how to do, and you can do it, you can force yourself to do it. But if you've never liked it and you've never been able to hold down a job, I mean, let's talk about the shame and the guilt that comes from outside sources about not being able to hold down a job. Well, the joke is on them, because if you never stayed at a job long, you weren't supposed to be there, because you weren't a sheep and you weren't able to be manipulated by the brainwashing. You decided to go after your heart's desire, and to make yourself happy as much as possible, consisting in a world that is crazy. All of these things is what drug addiction stems from. We're being told we're supposed to be a certain way or else, and we're not able to be that certain way because we're authentic. So we get outcasted. This makes me want to cry. I just heard another creator say this. Being outcasted is worse than death. So it's natural to grab onto things to make you comfortable. And also this talks about, I was scanning over this before I started this, and there are situations where ants are outcasted. I'm just going to read a little, okay? The ant has long been a symbol of work and industry. Partly this is due to the Greek tales of the ant, such as in found in Aesop's fables. I don't know what that is. Their wisdom and intellect in their endeavors is often acclaimed. There are many types of ants, some of which are solitary, like me, but most of which are part of a larger community. So I found that interesting that there was one ant sitting with me, and I did see it was a little ant, and I did see a larger ant like off in in the distance about 2 feet or whatever, and I made sure the ant, I got the ant off of my towel and back onto the earth with the, because I didn't want anything to happen to it, because I knew it was a messenger. Through drudgery is often though drudgery is often associated with them. Drudgery, I'm not. Oh, drudgery. So it's like they are dreaded. Oh no, the ants. They're like a problem. I think that's what that word means. It says this is far from true. When by themselves they display simple and uncomplicated behavior patterns, which that is very much true. Maybe it's true for you too. I'm able to be in my own discipline and my own way of being when I'm alone or just with my son. I'm able to get a handle on those things. When this is what it is, when false teachings, when false light, when manipulation, when lies, when control, when structures that are not in alignment with the highest good of collective humanity, when people who display any kind of this energy and it gets imposed onto my individual energy field, my whole system freaks out. My whole system freaks out. It's like alarms start going off. I am unable to exist in that for long periods of times if I have a choice, which you always have a choice as long as you're going inside. You can always use your mind to free yourself from anything. But, I mean, why would you impose yourself? Why would you continue to allow yourself to be imposed upon by energies who knowingly or unknowingly want to harm you? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense. So maybe that is something that needs to be reviewed or processed within you. Where in your life are you allowing your energy? This keeps coming up a lot. Where are you in your life allowing these energies of control, lies, manipulation, and distortion? Where are you allowing those energies to take over yours? It's not right. And that's why it feels wrong. And you are meant to realize that and ascend out of it into your direct communication, creative expression with the divine, and pretty much get paid to exist from creative expression and divine union with source. source will provide for you, but you have to let it. You have to let it. And forcing yourself to go to a 9 to 5 is not allowing source to provide for you. That is being compliant to systems that were created to destroy and harvest your energy, overwork you, rob you, and deplete you, so you don't have the time, energy, or effort to even find yourself or care about a deep, true connection with source, which is where the true freedom is. I am making a mess. I'm about to work out, y'all. I'm trying to make this. Okay, so it says Answer Social. Much of their work centers on community activity, which I'm very social too, but because of a lot of the stuff I've gone through in addiction, I'm comfortable in those situations. It's like second nature. But are those situations good for me? No. So I'm not doing that. So it's an adjustment, learning how to be comfortable in and maybe I'm not supposed to be comfortable. Maybe, and I consider those things too. If you're not comfortable, it's not time yet. Sometimes you've got to, force yourself to do things that you know for sure are good for you, okay? There's times that you need to push through that fear because you know that this thing is good for you. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about if you are uncomfortable going into certain social situations, well, there's probably a reason behind that. And you probably shouldn't go. There's all different ways to be a part of community. Choose wisely. And the way that you can ensure that things like this happen is you can command it. You can say, I command to only be presented with situations that are for my highest good and healing, and for the highest good and healing of all involved. Only bring those situations to my path. If you are going to do that, I suggest doing it as many times a day as you need to. And don't get it twisted. You will still be tested. You will still be tested, and you still always need to be using discernment. So even then, when things come up around your path, if something's weird, like say you meet somebody and you're out of addiction, and the person that you meet or the community that you go into, they're using. Well, that doesn't mean that you're supposed to go hang out with these people that are using. If their community is structured around things that you have given up, that is not a safe space. That is a test. That is a test to see how strong you are in your convictions and how strong you are in what you've learned. You have to be aware and use discernment at all times. And it's easy once you get into the hang of it because there's answers all around you. If you're not receiving them internally, psychically yet, they're all around you. And the animal kingdom is one of those ways. You can see animals all around you. Their symbolism will literally lay out the story of your life as you see them. I suggest everyone go get this book. Animal Speak book by Ted Andrews. I suggest everyone get this book. And then once you get into the hang of things, you know what the symbolism is. And you can work in communion with the animal kingdom they will come in and show themselves to you, to give you specific messages in specific times to help ensure your safety, freedom, and sovereignty. Okay, so this video is getting pretty long. And let me see, is there anything else? Okay, I asked Spirit if there was anything else, and this is the sentence that I focused on. Ants can show you how to best work with others for the good of everyone. Isn't that cool? How I asked Spirit if there was anything else, and this is the only sentence that highlighted. Ants can show you, and there's also an editing error in here. It says, well, I guess not, maybe not. It says, ant can show you how to best work with others for the good of everyone. So I think that's beautiful, because one ant was hanging out with me today. That's so beautiful. Ant, so it's not a typo. Ant teaches us that. Sorry, Ant teaches us that regardless of circumstances. If effort is true, so from your heart, effort always has to be from your heart. And if you can't find it and your effort isn't from your heart, then ask for it. Ask Source for to help you find your heart-led effort. Okay? It's so important. If effort is true, the rewards will follow in the most beneficial time and manner. Ant is the promise of success through effort. All right, and for that, I'm going to end this video. To learn more about me, refer to the Linktree link below. And yes, beware of scammers. And be sure to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share it, and turn on the notification bell so you can come back here every day and see what animal symbolism or other messages I have pop up for you. Bye.